What we set up for this permaculture principle really helped us out with this ice storm that we just got through. I'm going to link some footage from yesterday morning, which was right at the end of that storm. I'm going to come back to it because there's some additional story that adds on to it for when I went to work after that. Also give you a little bit of footage of some of the ice that we had and some of the damage to the trees and such that we had on property, which was nowhere near the damage of other people. So here's yesterday's footage and we'll be right back. Okay, redundancies. This is something I'm glad we have right now because this barn is connected to our house underground by wires. A couple of years ago when we were putting up our dog fence here, we did happen to nick one of the wires that went to the barn, or the wire that went to the barn, and repaired it. Didn't completely sever it, but repaired it, reburied it. However, this barn had lost its power this last fall. When the weather gets warmer, we're going to have to dig down in the ground and re-repair that wire. I'm pretty sure it's probably in the same place. That's the issue. These wires behind me are running from an exterior plug on the house to the barn so that we can hook up our exterior water heaters for the chickens as well as our fence for the chickens, so they still have water that won't freeze and a fence that'll keep the animals with predators out. If you can't tell right now, I don't know if you can see, I'll show you the fence. We've had a significant ice storm and our power has gone out to about 70 or so people in this area, and it'll probably be a while before they get it back. So another redundancy that we have on the house is a whole house generator. We needed that because Mike's business is run out of the house. We can't run the business without power, and it's just been a huge help for keeping all our freezers and refrigerators going, and for that matter our water going, because we're on a well. You need electricity to run a well. So right now the whole house generator's going, and we'll probably be going for a little while. So we're okay. We even still have power through our wires out here because it's plugged into the house. So 3 ways to get electricity, and we're on our third backup here, or second backup, third way. Barn power goes out, run it from the house. House power goes out, we have a generator. It works. Now we got to work out some redundancies for other systems. After I got to work, and I was working all morning, I get this text from Mike around noon that the generator had an error. So our second backup plan on electricity for the barn and our first backup plan on electricity for the house failed. That could have been a big problem if we stayed out of electricity from our company, but thankfully our electricity was reinstated about an hour after that. So our power to the grid was down for only about 12 hours. There are many other people in Michigan who are still down, actually. Some of them aren't expected to get back online until sometime this weekend. We are probably on the lucky end considering how much ice we got. Our neighbor down the road, she has a little farm as well, and she had a 400-year-old maple tree fall across her driveway, across her farm implements, and across her garden. So she's still cleaning up that damage. She did get it off the driveway with some help from her family. I would say we were on the lower end of damage at our property. It just goes to show that you need backup plans. If our electricity in our house had been out very long, you can see it's snowing now, so it's gotten colder. But if it had been out very long, that affects our water, that affects our heat, that affects our, everything that we do in the house. My husband's business. So that is why we have the generator as our backup plan, is to keep things going. Now, heat-wise, we have a backup plan as well. In addition to, we actually have a dual zone house, so we have 2 furnaces. We hardly use one of them at all. We pretty much just use one, because the other end of the house, we have a fireplace that does a good job. So on the coldest days, we can actually start a fire over there. But yeah, backup plans, having multiple sources for each of your needs is one of the permaculture principles and can apply to anything in life. If you make sure that you have a backup plan to your backup plan, you are less likely to run into any major issues. But I hope you guys survive this snowstorm / ice storm that happened through half this country. Feel free to list your backup plans. How did this affect you, this big storm? Are you still without power? Do you have backup plans to your power situations? Let us know what you do for your backup plans down below, and we'll link the playlist for these permaculture principles right here and in the comment below, and we'll see you with our next video.